Now, the other indicator that I use is Keltner channels. Keltner channels is a free indicator, and I only use it on Bitcoin, and I only use it on the 15-minute time frame. And I use it for, especially on the weekends when we're trying to figure out bounce zones or we're trying to figure out short zones, because on the weekends, there's not much action typically with Bitcoin. You might see 1 or 2%, but for example, let's look at Sunday, right? Let's see, this was the weekend. This was Friday, and then Friday at 7 o'clock, this was Asia open right here, right? So this was the beginning of the weekend. And, if you guys were tuned in on Sunday, I said weekend lows always get taken out. So we had an alert that was set here. Right? This is the weekend low. So, and that's something I can train you guys to is the weekend lows. So Saturday, right? This was the weekend low here. And what did they do? They rised it to the top, got everybody bullish, and then took out the weekend lows. But when it comes to the Keltner channels, right? Again, typically on the 15-minute time frame, when you see a piercing outside of the Keltner channels, there's a pullback, right? So again, I would repeat, it's only on the 15-minute. I've had some people say, Dave, on the 4-hour, the Keltner channels, it's over pierced, and I'm like, that doesn't really help me. That's not how I use it, right? So again, it's not always, but piercing, a little pullback, piercing, a little pullback. I guess you consider this a little bit of a pierce than the rise, right? But for example, if it pierced here and you try to short it, it didn't work, right? It doesn't always work. Obviously, this was kind of the bullish Sunday pump, but overextended here at some point on the Keltner channel, we had this pullback. So again, on the weekends, it really helps me out, especially if I'm trying to scalp certain tokens or take profits, right? So that's an indicator I use, right? And it's typically turned off because I only use it for Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame.